signings imminent here, with Chelsea's Darren Wood lined up to come next week. Also on the casualty list, Wednesday's former Liverpool forward David Hodgson, but his absence means a place today for David Reeves, a boyhood Liverpool fan whose idol is Ian Rush. So Reeves, if not the rest of Sheffield Wednesday, will be pleased that Rush is back today after a 3-game absence. Rush for John Aldridge is the one change in a side which has Steve Nicol restored to his favourite role at right back and Jan Molby in the centre of defence. The referee is Roger Pawley, Garage proprietor from Cambridge, and as you can see, it's his first season out in the middle in the Football League. The form guide on Sheffield Wednesday isn't very encouraging. They've lost their last 4 league games, 6 without a win, 1 win in the last 12, and they dropped to 4th from bottom. So they need victory here, but so too do Liverpool. Molby going in, and it deflected to Madden, who's given it away to Barnes. Rush. That was the height of optimism, really. Ian Rush had the shot, and the player who used to hero worship him, David Reeves. And you can see perhaps why. They're similarly built, and Reeves having to show Rush that he knows a thing or two about scoring goals. Roger Pawley making sure that Ronnie Whelan gets away the full distance. He was just holding up Sheffield Wednesday from taking the free kick. The movement involved Pearson and West. West going around the back. The goal is given. Sheffield Wednesday, struggling at the bottom of the First Division, have beaten Mike Hooper. It all came from a clever free kick. West pulled away to head it back. Then Verratti got a touch. Out came Hooper, but he was beaten to it by Proctor, and it was over the line, said the referee, who was very well placed to make that decision. And Mark Proctor catches Liverpool out. Sheffield Wednesday striving to keep up considerable momentum here. Verratti, and Hooper at full stretch. The goalkeeper, who might just be critical of his own part in the way Sheffield Wednesday took the lead, certainly was at his best here. Rostron, though, to take the corner. West, 2-0, Verratti! Another set piece. Hooper already conducting the inquest. Why was it flicked on, perhaps, is the message. Why didn't they deal with it at the near post? But they didn't. West guided it on. Verratti just there for that sort of occasion. And a rip-roaring start by Sheffield Wednesday. 2 goals in 14 minutes. Oh, look at the space here for Beardsley, and what a miss! Coming with some 12 minutes remaining in the first half, at a time when a goal could really jangle the Sheffield Wednesday nerves. If Beardsley had been able to find the target there, as really he should have done. Here's Pearson, Sterling to the right. Johnson. Icelander, who's very composed on the ball, has earned Sheffield Wednesday a corner, really playing his best football for the club he joined as a teenager. Siggy Johnson He's 22 now. Well, can Liverpool defend a little better at the near post this time, if indeed that's where Roston chooses to deliver the ball? Verratti goes in again! My word, it was very nearly number 3. Deeper this time, and it came off Sterland, and Verratti put it wide from very close range. Barnes. Nichols made a good run on the far side. Liverpool look in the opposite direction with Beardsley. Maybe a shot is on, it's a good effort too. It was a rasper from Beardsley. He was just shuffling the ball from one foot to the other until the gap opened up, which it did. And he fired the ball through that gap, but it was always rising. Sheffield Wednesday haven't beaten Liverpool here at Hillsborough since 1964, but what a chance they've given themselves with Mark Proctor's goal after 5 minutes, backed up by Imre Berardi's after 14. And Liverpool with plenty of thinking to go through and discussion with Kenny Dalglish during the half-time break. And half-time at Hillsborough, it's a scoreline to raise an eyebrow or two. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Liverpool 0. At this stage last season, Liverpool had acquired 50 points. They'd scored 47 goals, 31 points, 24 goals, the current standings. A strong indication of the falling off in achievement. Mind you, last season was a very hard act to follow. One of the most authoritative championship-winning performances in the history of the Football League. Barnes. An early run at Pearson, rush in the centre. And Turner just beating him to it. And if that's an indication of what Liverpool have come out for the second half to do, Sheffield Wednesday are going to have some problems. Nicely played by Johnson. Johnson, who starts a 3-game suspension after this game, having been sent off Coventry. Rush, Beardsley is free, but Rush wants to go himself, and it looked as though it might have been deflected. The referee thought not. If it wasn't a deflection, it was a slice. And Ian Rush's appetite for goals there really taking over when the sensible pass, the better percentage pass, was for Beardsley. John Aldridge is to replace Steve McMahon. Aldridge back at Hillsborough, where he scored 2 famous goals in the FA Cup semi-final against Nottingham Forest last April. And all Sheffield Wednesday able to do at the moment is drop in behind the ball. Barnes in the centre. It's well hit, it's swerved. But Chris Turner obviously got a clearish view of it. Turner is an excellent shot stopper, and that, by his standards, was a comfortable one to save. Beardsley, that has to be a foul, and Sterland, possibly for protesting the decision as much as for the foul itself, is going to have his name taken. He's left Beardsley down in a heap. So, number 2, not a lucky number today. Both Ablett and Sterland have received the yellow card. Barnes leaves it for Mulvey. Oh, and Turner! Aldridge must score now! Whelan! Nico! Well, the Liverpool players shake their heads. It was a useful strike from Mulvey, and Turner lost it on the dip. In came Aldridge, and a combination of Pearson and Turner got it away. And then it was Steve Nicol who launched himself at the shot but couldn't keep the shot down. In full cry, Jan Mulvey. Nicol, Rush has gone to the near post. It loops behind off Reeves. And again, you can see why Wednesday really can't get out themselves, because the attackers are auxiliary defenders. It's been a spell of play in the second half by Liverpool that really deserves the reward of the goal. Nicol. Houghton. Everybody but Mike Hooper in and around the Sheffield Wednesday penalty area. Burrows. Beardsley. Nicol. Oh, he's hit it perfectly! And Liverpool are back in business at 2-1. To fasten on to a clearance, and Liverpool have pressed and pressed, and finally now they've broken through in spectacular style too from Steve Nicol. Nicol, Liverpool in a hurry. Houghton, Barnes for Houghton. He's pulled it back beautifully. Aldridge! What a recovery! Two goals in 3 minutes. Houghton doing the spade work this time. And Aldridge, to his undisguised delight, it right on the forehead, and it flashed past Turner. Madden's mistake. Beardsley. Still Peter Beardsley. It's Whelan who fires in this time, and Turner could afford nothing but the best of saves then, and he did provide it. If it had bounced off his body, which it might easily have done, because it was pretty fiercely hit after Beardsley had beavered away and held off Madden. Whelan controlled the volley very well. Barnes. It's a corner. Beardsley. Liverpool pressing in the second half from the first minute right in now towards the very last. Mulvey. Burrows. And Aldridge! And somehow Turner kept it out. almost a replica of the situation that led to the equaliser. Nicol tries to backhead it. Barnes. It's another corner, as it was indeed when John Aldridge came in and Chris Turner protected Sheffield Wednesday's point for the moment. Nicol. Steve Nicol again. It's been a catalogue of chances around the Wednesday goal. But Chris Turner, 30 years old now, a product of this club, although his first spell coincided with Wednesday in the third division, and he looked very much a first division goalkeeper then as he flicked Aldridge's header over the top. West. Liverpool were a pale imitation in the first half, but very much the real thing in the second. Steve Nicol pulled it back to 2-1, and 3 minutes later John Aldridge on as a substitute headed in the equaliser. All this after Mark Proctor had given the game such a flourish at the outset with his 5th minute goal, and Wednesday had added a second after 14 minutes from Imre Varadi. Wednesday will prefer to remember those early stages. The second half really showed what problems they do have. But they have a point, and on a day really when both teams were seeking victory, it's possibly disappointing for both of them that it finishes level, but there was nothing wrong with the game and the excitement in it.